Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome ANCA Western Region Board Member Lina Davidian and ANCA Western Region Vice Chair Rafi Kasamyan.
The diplomatic career of Ambassador Edward P. Djerejian spanned 8 United States administrations, from John F. Kennedy to William Clinton. Born and raised in New York, Ambassador Djerejian served honorably in the Korean War and thereafter embarked on his career of public service. Highlights of his service includes his post as Special Assistant to President Ronald Reagan and as Deputy Press Secretary for Foreign Affairs in the White House. He has served as the United States Ambassador in Syria and Israel. He remains a leading expert on national security and foreign policy. Ambassador Djerejian has joined Harvard Kennedy School's Middle East Initiative, where he serves as a senior fellow. His impressive diplomatic service is truly an inspiration. The ANCA Western Region is honored to bestow the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award to Ambassador Edward P. Djerejian. Please welcome Ambassador Djerejian. I would also like to ask Mr. Ken Hachikian, former presidential speechwriter for President Ronald Reagan and 2011 ANCA Western Region Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, to join us in the presentation.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Ken. I say thanks, Laura. Djerejian, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am both honored and humbled to receive UNCA's Lifetime Achievement Award. In a way, all you have to do is live long enough. There's a saying in the Middle East, I'm so old, I can remember the Dead Sea when it was only sick. But whatever I achieved in my life was the result of many others who preceded me and those who accompanied me on my journey. First, my parents, who were survivors of the Armenian genocide and sought refuge in the United States. They ensured that their children would receive the education that they were deprived of in order to lead a productive life. Second, my wife, Françoise, whose mother was a genocide survivor and has been at my side throughout my career as a pillar of support to our family. Third, my mentors at university and in government who inspired me to pursue my careers in diplomacy, the private sector, and academia with dedication, integrity, and adherence to principles. Indeed, the reason I went into the Foreign Service as a young man is because I wanted to represent the United States of America, the country that gave safe haven to my parents and to many other Armenians, represented, of course, by you, your families, and your ancestors. Today, as we have heard on this podium, alas, the Armenian nation is again in peril. The blatant resort to force by Azerbaijan in September 2023 to seize Artsakh, and the forced displacement and exodus of approximately 120,000 Armenians has shifted the geopolitical landscape in the South Caucasus. And as we so painfully know, all of us, Azerbaijan's military action was preceded by the extended blockade of the Lachin corridor, resulting in a major humanitarian crisis, depriving the inhabitants of basic goods, food, and services, which, as we've heard from Mr. Ocampo just now, is not only a form of ethnic cleansing, but has the characteristics of genocide. Beyond the immediate considerations to provide for the displaced population and the future right of return of the Armenians of Artsakh, who wish to do so, must definitely be preserved. Unfortunately, Azerbaijan's territorial ambitions on Armenian territory continue. The key strategic issue now is to avert further military actions by Azerbaijan against Armenia that could lead to the destabilization of the South Caucasus region. The United States government and the international community must make clear, not only by words, we've heard a lot of words, but in deeds, that they will not countenance any infringement on Armenia's political independence, its territorial integrity, and its sovereignty. The challenge for Armenians in Armenia and to the diaspora is to work together to ensure that Armenia achieves security through deterrence and continuing its evolution as a democratic state, providing its people with economic prosperity, social justice, and the rule of law. Armenia must also pursue a coherent national security and foreign policy that promotes peace and normalization of relations with all of Armenia's neighbors. And Armenia should maximize its potential to become a regional crossroads in the South Caucasus between the North and the South and the East and the West. Its potential is great to achieve that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be brief. The task ahead is crucial. Let us work together in unison to achieve our noble goals. Thank you.